Hey there, Solana. First, wanted to post one of our Lenten Devotional videos today, and today I'm thinking about what I gave up for Lent, and I want to talk to you about how you are doing with that, and why it is a good thing to fast from time to time, not just specifically from food, the kind of classical definition of fasting to not eat for a period of time, but more fasting in what we do for Lent, where we give up something for a longer period of time, specifically 40 days. As many of you know that what I gave up this Lent was food after supper, pretty basic, but I love to snack. I clearly, right? I like to eat. And so making myself be done eating at dinner time has been way more of a challenge than I think it should be. And I want to talk to you about just the other night specifically. I had a longer day at work, just busy around here, a lot of stuff going on. And as you all know, when you have a long day at work, you're feeling stressed out, you're feeling tired, we go to those old vices, right? We go to the things that bring us comfort. And for me, that is food. And I got to the evening, and I don't even remember what we had for dinner, but I'm sure I ate sufficiently. My wife's a wonderful cook, and she cooks a lot of our meals. And so I'm sure I ate a great dinner. But I got to that evening, and I just knew there was a bag of Fritos in there that had my name on it. And all I could think about was how much I wanted to go grab that bag of Fritos. And so I started justifying. God loves me no matter what. Lent things are silly. Why did I even give this up? It's only one night. What's it really matter? Like, I'll get back on the wagon tomorrow. It's only some Fritos. No one will know. I start going through all these justifications because I want the Fritos. And I'm embarrassed at how much in my mind I was thinking about this. Now, Becca wouldn't have known any of this was happening. I was just sitting on the couch watching TV. But inside, I'm literally having to do battle with myself over something I told the Lord I wouldn't do, committed to, and in my right mind knew it was good and why I'm doing it, to build commitment and to seek the Lord in a better way, to try and improve my physical health. There's multitudes of reasons I picked this. And all I'm doing in that moment is seemingly self-sabotaging. And I reminded myself, if I can't say no to Fritos, I'm going to really struggle when it's a bigger thing. And one of the things we talked about on our Lenten services, when we fast, my friend Steve talks about how when we fast or consecrate ourselves from things, we are teaching our bratty souls to listen to the word no. And if we never tell ourselves no, we become in our souls like a bratty kid who's never heard the word no from their parent, which we've all been around a kid like that, and it's a nightmare, right? And so part of this discipline for me, and maybe for you this Lenten season, is learning to tell yourself no. And I realized, again, over and over that night, I don't like to be told no. I like to have what I want to have, and I want to do it now. And I found myself making excuses. And yeah, is the gospel still true? Would the Lord have loved me if I would have had those Fritos? Absolutely. Would the cross have been sufficient? Absolutely. But it showed me really quickly how you and I, or at least me, but my guess is you, and something I want you to consider for this devotion, can talk ourselves into going down a path that in our right mind, in the coolest of moments, we would never want to go down, or we said we wouldn't go down. And I think that's where this giving up something for Lent can come in real handy. It's almost like strength training for your soul. You learn to say no in the little things, so when the big things come along, you'll be able to say no then too. You teach yourself that it is okay to say no, and that you don't always get what you want, so that when you have to say no, you'll have the strength of character and the muscle memory, the soul memory to do so. Maybe for you, it's saying no to spending the little bits of money, the $5, grab a pop and a candy bar from the carryout, and the scratch-off ticket, so that you don't overspend in the bigs. You learn to say no on the 5, so you learn to say no on the 500s. Maybe for you it's like food. Maybe it's entertainment temptation. You learn to say no to one show so you don't end up spending an entire weekend doing nothing but watching television. Whatever it is, I think that we underestimate the practice of learning to say no in the little so that we will be trained to say no in the big. And ultimately, Jesus said being a disciple of him was a process of denying ourselves, picking up our cross, and following him. So in this Lenten season, I ask, how is denying yourself going? I'll have you know, I did deny myself that night with the Fritos, but I was not happy about it. And in the light of day the next day, I kind of chuckled and I thought, man, food has a bigger hold over me than I want it to. And that's been a battle I've shared before, and it's a battle that seemingly isn't changing for me. But I want to be able to win those little skirmishes so I can win that war and ultimately honor the Lord in my physical health. And that's what I'm journeying in. What are you journeying in? And have you stayed committed to your Lenten kind of what you decided to give up? Are you still walking with the Lord in that? And if you haven't, maybe you want to recommit today and say, Lord, I kind of failed some of those battles. I want back in today. Just something to think about in this short Lenten devotional for you. We say no in the little things. So hopefully we win the big things. And we can really learn a lot about our soul and how kind of bratty it is if we actually tell ourselves no. Hope you guys have a wonderful day.